Evening traders, and welcome to this week's Forex Focus, the show where we look at the opportunities that could be setting up in the FX markets for the week ahead. Now, I'd like to start off by thanking everybody for posting their comments and watching these videos since we started these videos at the beginning of the year. It's really sort of grown in popularity, and we're getting some really nice emails from all of you. So thank you very much for those, and please keep them coming in. In this week's episode, we're going to talk about the dollar pairs. There's quite a few of the majors that are setting up for us, which is presenting some really nice opportunities. Unfortunately, we got taken out of our euro and Aussie dollar that we've been holding for the past few weeks, but never fear, they are actually setting up again. So we're looking at taking a second bite of the cherry on both of those pairs. In fact, we've already got in again on the Australian dollar. So without further ado, let's jump over to the charts and see what could be presenting itself for the week ahead. So we'll start off by taking a look at the Australian dollar. Now, the Australian dollar, as you know, we've been in that for quite a few weeks now. We were looking for the Australian dollar to break significantly lower. However, it came down to the lows, sort of played about for a bit, rebounded, and eventually took us out last week, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey-ho, what can you do? We just make sure that we protect our capital and live to fight another day. Now, we're still very strongly bearish on the Australian dollar, so the fact that the market has given us another opportunity is fantastic because we were right in there and jumped on top of it. The way that we played this trade, if we zoom in here, if you can see, the market's been making lower lows and lower highs for a long time now, so the trend is definitely down. The way that we took this trade here is we saw the breakouts, massive momentum move, which took us out at our stop above here. Massive move to the upside. Unfortunately, the market didn't hold. Okay, it didn't hold above this level here. It sort of gave us a bit of a spinning top, some indecision at the top here. Then the market turned around and gave us a massive momentum candle to the downside. On the close of that candle there, we then decided to get short. Our stop is above the highs there. Okay, so our stop was at 0.8090, so it's above the highs there. We got in on the close of that candle, and we're looking for the market to at least come down to the 0.7554. So we've got a very nice risk reward trade on our hands for us there. If it stops us out, nothing to worry about. We'll just look for another opportunity. But the fact that we're taking these trades here with such a huge risk reward allows us to take or play out the same opportunity many times and still come out ahead of the game. And that's what trading's all about, right? We can't be right every single trade we take, but as long as we've got a consistent approach to the markets, we can make money in the long run. And that's exactly what we're doing here. So we're looking for this market to come significantly lower. We're going to wait to see what happens in the coming days and weeks. Hopefully it will break lower. Then we will look very carefully when the market comes down to this level to see how it reacts to it. If it starts to mess about again like it does over here, we won't be waiting to see if the market breaks low. We will literally be coming out of the trade very quickly. So that's the first one we're in at the moment. We're also in the pound dollar. Now, admittedly, the pound dollar wasn't something that was necessarily on my radar. Just completely missed it. But whilst doing a webinar on, I think it was on Thursday for FX Street, one of the participants in the webinar asked us to take a look at the pound dollar. We did take a look at it. And it looked very good. And it was basically at this point here. So looking at it on an hourly chart, we had a trend line in like this and basically said that if the market breaks that trend line and then breaks through the lows, that's something that we'll be looking to take. And that's exactly what played out over the course of Friday. So the market basically came down to this level here. Played with it a little bit. The guy in the webinar actually got a much better fill than us. I think he got in on the double top up here. So congratulations to you if you're watching this here. I think it was Pan on Fire from FX Street. So well done. Very nice trade there. We waited for a little bit more confirmation. I didn't get in on the break of this low here at 1.5394, which would have been a great entry. We in fact waited for the market to break beneath this trend line here, then break the low at 1.5300, and that's where our entry is with our stop above the highs. But the market has got a long way to go, so we've got a very nice risk reward trade on our hands, despite us getting in late there. So we got in all the way up here, 1.5300. We're going to wait for the market to come down to 1.4604. However, we need to pay attention to the elections that are out this week. So if come the 7th, I think it is, that everybody's voting, so the result will come out on the 8th, or it's the 8th and it comes out on the 9th. Anyway, one of those days there, and we'll need to pay particular attention to the markets because it does have the potential to push the markets in both directions depending on what the result is. So as I said, you've really got to pay attention to this. We are in this at the moment. We're going to watch it. Hopefully we'll get down to here by the time the elections come out. If it doesn't, we will bring the stop in very, very close and basically just trail it behind until we know what the result of it is. Okay, so that's the pound dollar. Then the two that we're looking at this week to take as well, and we are going to be very, very heavily dollar weighted, but we'll make up for that by the remaining euro dollar position because it's trading in the same direction as the Aussie dollar and pound dollar. I'll take a significantly less of a position there and also see how the other trades are doing. If they're in the money a lot by the time this one sets up, then I might have the capacity to take a slightly larger position. But you don't want to be too overexposed to the one currency in one direction. But basically, the euro dollar, we also believe that this is going short for a long, long time ahead, as long as the US data starts to pick up. Similar sort of a trade to the one on the Australian dollar, in the sense that the market, if it doesn't hold above this level and it closes back below this level here on the daily chart, then we're certainly going to look to take that short. It would please us greatly if that also coincides with a break of this trend line here, followed by a little bit of a pullback to retest that trend line and then a break further lower. So that would be a better trade to take. So if we can get that, we'll certainly be looking at it. But at the worst case scenario, if the market closes back beneath this level here, which is a previous level of support, which is now acted as resistance, not once, not twice, but 3 times, the market then breaks back out above this level. And what's important to understand is the market dynamic. What is the market actually telling us? Well, if the market is intending on going higher here, we should see a great deal of momentum above this levels because there's going to be a lot of stop orders placed above here. Plus, you're going to get the counter trend traders saying that this is a reversal of this big downtrend, and they will be buying this and be buying it all the way up here. If the market fails to move up here with momentum and starts to close back below, then we will be looking to take it short. If it does move up there, no harm, doesn't matter. We'll look for another entry to go short because long term, we are definitely short the euro dollar until some things fundamentally change. We'll just look for another opportunity to get in there. The final opportunity that we're looking at the moment, or of the main opportunities we're looking at, is the dollar CAD. Now, this will prove as a little bit of a hedge to the other positions because we're going to take this in the opposite direction. So whereas with the euro dollar, Aussie dollar and pound dollar, we are shorting them, which ultimately means we are bullish on the dollar against those particular pairs. With the dollar CAD, we're actually bearish. So we're going to be selling the dollar CAD and we're going to sell that on a break of this trend line here. Now, if you remember last week, we were already in a short dollar CAD position, but when it started to go against us and we saw the rest of all of the other pairs sort of going crazy last week and it started to trade against us and further and further and further against us, we decided to come out at break even. So we had significant profits. Well, I say significant. We had about 100 pips profit on the table at one point in time. Then the market started to go against us. So we came out of that at break even, looking for another opportunity to go short. We're still, from a long-term perspective, we've broken structure, as you can see here. So from a long-term perspective, we're beneath these lows. And as long as we're beneath these lows, we're going to be looking for an opportunity to go short because this is a massive reversal pattern at the top here. It may just be that we got our entry a little bit early, but there's nothing wrong about that. As I said, we've come out at break even. We're going to wait for the market to re-establish itself on the downside. And when it does that, we will be there to jump in. Okay? So that wraps up this week's Forex Focus. Thank you very much for watching it. And again, thank you if you're one of the people that are sending in your emails or posting comments beneath the video. We really, really appreciate it. We like that it's growing in popularity. Also, if any of you guys or girls that are watching this are part of our new DAX Academy members, welcome. You're going to have a lot to look forward to in the coming months. And I look forward to speaking to you on the webinars and the live trading sessions that are going to be coming ahead. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching again. If you liked it, if you found value in what we're showing you here, please give us the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and post your comments beneath the video here. So have a really good day. Have a good holiday weekend because it's a bank holiday here in the UK. And until next week, good trading.